There are certain moments that slip quietly into history. They don't arrive with fireworks or the blinding glare of paparazzi cameras, but with the soft glow of airport lights and the hush of midnight. On Wednesday, July 23rd, such a moment unfolded on the edge of Kansas City, far from the roaring crowds of Arrowhead Stadium or the electric chaos of Times Square. Here, under a navy blue sky and a handful of flickering airport lamps, Kelce and Taylor Swift boarded a private jet, closing the door on one chapter and opening another. This wasn't just any flight. For fans who have spent the past year tracking every appearance, every whispered lyric, and every sideline glance, this was a journey loaded with significance. The Kansas City Chiefs had just wrapped up their mandatory training camp. The team's star tight end, Kelce, had spent weeks under the discipline of drills and the weight of expectation. But as the final whistle blew that afternoon, another kind of anticipation began to build. There was no post-game press conference, no victory parade, just a quiet drive home, a suitcase waiting to be packed, and a girlfriend waiting in the foyer. Taylor Swift, global icon and master of reinvention, had been a near-constant presence at Kelce's side throughout training camp. Fans had spotted her cheering from the stands at Missouri Western State University, her signature red lipstick flashing as brightly as any Chiefs jersey. She'd been seen chatting with players' families, laughing with the coaching staff, and even slipping into the background during after-practice hangs. For a woman whose life is a series of grand stages, these ordinary moments seemed to matter most. As the sun dipped behind the Kansas City skyline, the couple's day took on the rhythm of ritual. Travis returned to his mansion, the same one that's seen countless NFL celebrations and quiet nights in. Taylor, dressed down but unmistakable, waited with a few close assistants, her presence turning the house into a sanctuary. There were no camera crews, only the soft shuffling of luggage, whispered conversations, and the muted excitement that comes with the promise of escape. The black SUV that carried them to the airport rolled through the city like a shadow. Security vehicles flanked them, but inside the car, it was just Travis and Taylor, their hands intertwined, sharing the silence of travelers who know the road well. For a couple used to living in the spotlight, these private passages were perhaps the most precious. At the small, private airport on the city's edge, the scene was cinematic. The tarmac glowed under the yellow lights, casting long shadows across the plane's sleek exterior. Travis climbed the steps first, casual but confident in a white sweater and shorts, the bill of his baseball cap turned backward as if to ward off the world. Taylor followed, her hair pulled back, a simple bag in her hand. There was no fanfare, but as she reached the top step, she turned, catching Travis's gaze. The two exchanged a look, soft, knowing, a language spoken only by those whose hearts have found their home. For those who witnessed it, the moment lingered in the air long after the plane's engines began to hum. A witness later recalled, Taylor stepped onto the plane gently, but before entering the cabin, she turned to look at Travis and smiled very gently. They didn't need to say much. Just a look was enough to understand where they were in each other's hearts. The journey from Kansas City to New York City is a familiar one for both. New York is Taylor's adopted city, where she owns several luxury apartments and where the skyline itself seems to shimmer just a bit brighter when she's in town. For Travis, it's become a second home, a place where he can walk the streets as just another face in the crowd or just another boyfriend in love. Their romance has played out on some of the world's brightest stages. From their first public appearances at NFL games, where Taylor's presence sent social media into a frenzy, to hand-in-hand strolls at Coachella and the Met Gala, the couple has become the subject of endless fascination. Yet, despite the constant scrutiny, they've managed to carve out moments of genuine intimacy, moments like this flight, where the world falls away and it's just the two of them, bound for somewhere new. This year's Chiefs training camp was notable for more than just football. Fans and reporters alike buzzed about Taylor's steady presence. She was there in the bleachers, blending in with the families and friends of other players, sometimes singing softly along to the music piped over the speakers. Her support was palpable, not just for Travis, but for the team itself. Players joked that she was their secret good luck charm, and coaches, notoriously tight-lipped about distractions, openly admitted she brought a positive energy to the locker room. For Travis, having Taylor close by was more than just a comfort. It was a source of strength. Training camp is grueling, a test not just of physical endurance but mental resilience. The days blend into each other, marked by sweat, repetition, and the relentless pressure to perform. But at the end of each day, Travis knew he had someone waiting for him, someone who understood what it meant to chase a dream with every ounce of your being. As the plane lifted off, leaving the Midwest behind, the city lights below faded into a patchwork of memory. For Travis and Taylor, this wasn't just a flight. It was a rare pause, a chance to breathe, to reconnect, to savor the quiet before the storm of the upcoming NFL season and the next leg of Taylor's world tour. Their schedules are famously demanding. The NFL waits for no one, and neither does the music industry. Yet, time and again, they find ways to be together. It's not always about grand gestures or headline-making moments. Sometimes, it's just a shared coffee in a corner cafe in Tribeca or a walk through Central Park on a crisp morning. Sometimes, it's sitting side by side on a private jet, watching the clouds drift by, knowing that every mile brings them closer not just to their next destination, but to each other. In the days to come, Travis will return to Kansas City where the preseason looms large. Taylor, having just released a new album and wrapped up post-production on her next tour, will use these precious days to recharge. They'll slip into the city's rhythms, blending in with the crowds when they can, escaping to hidden corners when they need to. For a brief moment, at least, they can simply be themselves, a football player and a singer, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, two people in love. Their story is one that resonates far beyond the worlds of sports and music. It's a testament to the power of connection, the ways in which love can thrive even under the harshest spotlights. In a world that often demands more than we can give, Travis and Taylor remind us that it's possible to hold on to what matters most. As the jet streaked eastward, slicing through the night, fans everywhere waited for updates. Social media buzzed with speculation. Where would they be spotted next? What would they do with their time off? But for Travis and Taylor, the answers didn't matter. What mattered was the journey, the simple fact of being together, no matter where the road led. In the end, it's these quiet moments that define a relationship. The world will remember the touchdowns and the chart-topping hits. But for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, the most important memories are made in the spaces between. The late-night flights, the gentle smiles, the certainty that, even in the chaos, they will always find their way back to each other. So, as the city that never sleeps prepares to welcome them once again, one can only imagine what the future holds. For now, though, there is only the promise of a new day, a new adventure, and the enduring power of love to light the way, even beneath the dimmest airport lights.